Hi, I'm Brien Lundin, and I'm at the Metals Investor Forum here in Toronto, and I'm talking with Ian Slater, CEO of Libero Copper&Gold. And Ian, I'm a real fan of your company. Obviously, it's been recommended in Gold Newsletter, and I've been buying it personally in the market thanks to the sale that's kind of gone on for the whole sector, but also for companies that are exploring in the northern latitudes like you are. But one of the most interesting aspects of Libero that I think is really interesting is you started the company as kind of a copper resource bank, kind of a new Lumina copper, as it were. And yet everybody's excited about your gold target. How did you end up looking for copper resources, really large-scale copper resources, and being successful in that, and ending up with one of the more exciting gold exploration targets out there?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me again, Brian. And it is an interesting story. And we still do have all those copper projects, right? Yeah. We have 4 projects in the company.
And 12 billion pounds of copper resource sitting there.
We're actually in negotiations on a 5th project as well.
Okay.
A large copper project in the U.S. So fingers crossed we'll be able to put that across the line. But the gold one, well, my business partner, Leo Hathaway, who is the VP Exploration for all the Lumina companies, there's a very experienced geologist and very well regarded, and has de-risked and sold a lot of projects. He's had a very successful career. The Big Red came across his desk. It was a prospector that he'd worked with in the past and spent the last 4 years putting that together because it was very fractured ownership. It was owned by 10 different companies and all little pieces, and some people dropped them. He acquired some, and he managed to put together the core of it. And then once we acquired it, we staked all around it because what we did was we went back in history looking at this, and there has been 35 work programs in the past on the project, but just in little parts of it.
And fragmented.
Yeah. And in British Columbia, you have to file those detailed work programs with the government, and they're publicly available. So we downloaded those, digitized them for the first time. So we created the first complete data set of this region. And also there's lots of work by the government as well, and stream sediments and flying magnetics. So it showed these targets even better than we thought when we first optioned the project. It looked amazing from the small amount of data that the prospector gave us. But once we consolidate all that historic data, it looked even better, and lots of targets. And the more work we do on it, the better it gets. So we did our own samples last summer, in the northern, like you say, in the northern climes, you can really work from May to October, or as we found last year, maybe May to September. Yeah, some years, and so we did our own sampling, and it came back with 19 different targets. So we have so many targets there. But the first one we're going to drill is Ridge,
which is spectacular. I mean, like you, I've seen a lot of soil sample targets out there over the years, and this is one of the best. I was one of the first people to first newsletter writers to recommend GT Gold, and I saw that and I knew this is going to be something. And Ridge is just a real analog to that.
Yeah, and both of those, Saddle South, GT Saddle South, and our Ridge, they look very similar with 1 gram gold in soils, which you just don't see every day. Those are rare occurrences.
Over a kilometer, square kilometer. Yeah, exactly. Really amazing. And to tell our audience a bit of the story, you were fighting to get permits in time to actually drill that target before the season closed last year.
Well, we weren't going to drill last summer, so we thought we had lots of time for that, because for the surface work we were doing and the flying the magnetics and the ZTEM, you don't need that drilling permits, right? But then, as you know, the market changed last summer, and we were able to raise enough money for drilling. So immediately we got to work permitting. Typically in British Columbia, it takes about 140 days to permit a project. But with Bill's help, Bill is on our board, is the former Minister of Mines. He and I, we worked hard at it, and we got it done in just a couple months, so far faster than normally. And a big help was the Tahltan, the indigenous tribe who we partner with. And they were very helpful in getting it pushed along, which is great. But still, it was late September by the time we got them.
You thought you had a couple of weeks you could get a hole or two in?
In the last 4 years or 5 years, we've talked to lots of people that have worked there and live in that community, and we would have been fine working in October. But we had a real blizzard come in, and for the readers, it would be it's kind of interesting story, right? It sounds like a movie, really.
It really is.
We had this blizzard come in, and the winds were so high they blew our drill shack away. Like we couldn't even find it. And this was made from like a house construction, 2x4s and plywood. It was it was gone. And then a grizzly bear came and was trying to eat our drillers. Right. So he's got a snack before.
Nature said, "You're not drilling this year."
It wasn't going to happen.
Well, what I have told my readers, and I'd like to tell the audience now, is the opportunity that I see with Libero is the fact that of course, it was a really good gold market, as you mentioned, but the excitement on the drilling, your share price had gotten to 25 cents or above at the time. And what typically happens in Golden Triangle and Northern Latitude exploration companies is people forget about them during the winter, and they trade back. But it's really traded back. I mean, we had the great virus scare, and what that's done to the market shaved a bit more at the share price. But still, at 7, 8, 9 cents, you're talking about a company that, when it was ready to drill a few months earlier in the late summer, was trading at 25 cents or so. So if you can wait a few months, buy these companies now, and Libero is just the perfect example of this, buy a company for pennies on the dollar now and just wait a few months, that we get back to that kind of a market, it could be trading for 2 or 3 times its price before the drills even start drilling. And after that kind of a target, who knows? Yeah,
never mind with a drill discovery, the sky's the limit. And we won't have this seasonality in the future because we can drill Makoa now. So we can drill in Colombia all year round. So in the fall, the plan is in the fall, after the drilling in Canada, to roll into drilling the copper project.
And Makoa is a large-scale copper porphyry that has room to expand. It has like 400 million ounces.
636 million tons.
Tons, right. And it could get to 1 billion tons or more just from that. And it has an analog to not far away.
Yeah, half a kilometer away, there's a new discovery.
Yeah.
And often in this belt, you get clusters of porphyry, so it makes sense that there's more.
So that primary focus of the business model of the company has now become but wait, there's more.
Yeah.
And really the focus now is on this great gold target that you'll be drilling in June, I would guess. Huh?
Yeah, the drill company, who's very experienced in the region, thinks we could even drill in May. So
fantastic.
June for sure.
Fantastic. Well, it's a bargain right now. It's a company that I think is going to be trading for considerably higher prices in just a few months, and therefore people who buy now can really get in early. What I think has the potential of being one of the better exploration gold discovery stories of this cycle. Ian, thank you so much. I appreciate you updating us.
Thanks, Brien.